Jay-Z.
Mhm. Oui, je sais. Je sais que c'est
Ouais.
Jay-Z qui
Et
a
il,
fait ça.
il, il était signé à Atlantic Records. Ça déjà.
Toi, tu...
Eh! Drake, il est couru encore. Loopy, il est de Atlanta.
Non, Atlantique. C'est...
Oh, oui, mais est-ce qu'il vient de,
Il ne vient pas d'Atlanta, il vient de
il vient
Chicago. Et puis Fiasco, il vient de
de
Chicago.
Chicago? Ah, ok.
Il faut pas oublier aussi, il faut
J'ai-
aussi que vous oubliez
donc,
techniquement, Kendrick aussi, c'est un gars de Chicago aussi, hein. Son père, ses parents viennent de Chicago.
non.
Techniquement.
Oui, mais Kendrick est né au, il est né au Compton.
En fait, ce que je veux dire, c'est qu'il a quand même une connexion là-bas par rapport à son père qui, quand
Oui, oui.
même, était aussi dans des activités particulières. C'est pas comme si
Ouais.
je veux dire que le gars va me dire, oh, tu as tes Hobbs, Chicago, blablabla, puisqu'on dit que c'est Chirac là-bas. Non. Non, mais attends, c'est décevant. C'est décevant. C'est décevant. Comment on peut être un hater comme ça? Franchement. Moi, pour moi, ça me déçoit, hein. Et en plus, il vient de sortir peut-être son meilleur album depuis The Cool. Tu viens de sortir ton meilleur album depuis The Cool. Samurai, c'est un putain
Tu
d'album.
penses pas que, tu penses pas que Drill Music in Zion, c'était pas bon?
Non, Drill Music était bon. Tetsuo était bon aussi. Même House. J'ai aimé tout ça, hein. J'ai aimé tout ça. Mais Samurai, encore là, ça m'a rappelé une période The Cool. Parce que c'était cohésif et surtout la production n'essayait pas d'être dans une production actuelle, tu vois un peu. Il a vraiment été hip-hop,
Ouais.
jazz et avec son producteur phare là, Soundtrack. Tu m'entends?
Hmm. Oui, oui, oui.
Oui, son producteur phare, Soundtrack, c'était vraiment. Non, et quand je regardais les lyrics, je disais, mon Dieu, mon Dieu. C'est pour ça que le son, la number one hit band est là. Ça m'a percuté parce que j'ai
Mhm.
dit, ça, il lance les pics à Kendrick là. Parce que Number One Headband, tu connais le film, le truc samouraï, comment ça s'appelle encore le truc avec Samuel Jackson là? Afro Samouraï. Allô? Je t'entends pas.
Oui.
Tu connais le truc
Ah,
Afro Samouraï?
moi, j'ai parlé.
Oui, tu connais le truc Afro Samouraï, non?
Non, non.
L'animé en fait dans l'Afro
Oui, oui,
Samouraï.
je connais. J'ai entendu parler de ça, mais j'ai jamais regardé ou lu. Le...
En fait, le truc, c'est que il y a un samouraï qui doit détrôner un peu le numéro un des samouraïs qui a la bande numéro un. Et pour le détrôner, il doit le tuer, je sais, il y a
Ok.
des étapes. Quand il fait number one eight band, Luffy Fiasco dit c'est moi le numéro un, quelque part, dans ce que j'ai compris. Et moi, je vois c'est une attaque comme pour Kendrick.
Ouais,
Hmm, que si tu
j'ai
veux,
capté ça en écoutant.
que si tu veux m'attaquer, que si tu veux dire que tu es le best way to do it, viens vers moi. Et moi, j'ai souvent dit, j'aimerais qu'il y ait une bataille entre les deux, mais la manière dont ça s'exécute, ça ne me plaît pas.
Non.
Ça ne me plaît
Mais
pas
comme
du
je
tout.
vois, t'avais dit que Lupe Fiasco, il allait tuer Kendrick facilement.
Je suis
Je pense qu'il
complètement
va tuer
convaincu.
Kendrick, mais pas facilement.
Je suis complètement convaincu que Kendrick ne s'en sort pas dans cette histoire-là. Mais c'est que la manière dont ça se fait, ou c'est que ça, pour Drake, je le prends même plus au sérieux. Parce que toi, tu es carrément en cas de partie prendre de l'aide chez Lupi
Hmm.
Fiasco pour avoir une sorte de, c'est-à-dire que c'est au-delà de la médiocrité, hein. C'est-à-dire que Drake, hein, je ne veux même plus qu'on le mette dans n'importe quelle conversation, même musicale, même. Toi, tu pars
Hmm.
carrément voir, comment on appelle ça? Voir le plus fiasco petit mop. Peut-être qu'il t'aide même en ghostwriter. Et les gars de Talk Crimes, ils ont capté ça. Parce que je suis en train de regarder comment Talk Crimes. Talk Crimes, c'est pour moi la meilleure chaîne. Pour tous les gens qui regardent les hip-hop. Pour moi, la meilleure chaîne en termes d'analyse sur les trucs de hip-hop. Parce qu'ils prévoient même
Hmm.
les choses même en avance. et tout.
Ouais.
Ça m'inspire même beaucoup pour ma chaîne aussi parce que je regarde beaucoup de trucs. Ils ont des trucs sur, trucs là. Ils avaient prévu la bataille Kendrick Lamar, Drake, comme ça là. On va dire
Ouais.
3 ans avant. 3 ans
Oui.
avant, ils avaient dénoncé Epstein il y a de cela 10 ans avant que ça ne vienne. Les gars de Top Crimes là, ils avaient dénoncé que le truc de Epstein arrive. Ils dénoncent plein de choses avant, plein de choses avant, plein de choses avant, plein de choses avant. Et là, je dois vous avouer que je suis très déçu par le Fiasco. Je suis très déçu. Faut pas être jaloux comme ça. Et surtout, moi, Kendrick t'a donné des crédits. Kendrick est venu te voir. Quand il avait fait son choix à Chicago, là, à l'époque de Section 80, il t'a amené sur scène. Il y a une vidéo, il t'amène sur scène.
Ouais.
Il fait comme ça. Maintenant, tu vas me dire, oui, ils ont piqué quelques de tes idées en faisant le personnage de Kung Fu Kenny. Oui, tu vas dire ça. Oui, ils ont piqué je ne sais pas quoi, blablabla. Mais gars, franchement, sois pas rageux. Applaudis l'enfant. Si l'enfant a là où tu n'es
Je
pas,
crois que,
hmm,
je crois que Lupe va gagner. Je crois que Lupe va gagner. Mais je crois que Kendrick peut toujours lui donner du difficulté. Parce que,
parce que,
parce que Lupe, j'ai écouté Samurai. I understand that Lupe Fiasco has unlimited rhymes. Every single word was a rhyme.
mhm,
Every single word was a rhyme, and it made cohesive sense. C'est pas comme Eminem, he rhymes just right. He
mhm,
made everything made cohesive sense. But Lupe is obviously clouded by bias, whereas Kendrick has unlimited content. He can come up with anything. Euphoria, Kendrick slapped Drake with fashion in Euphoria, but he was still complimenting him and
mhm.
not lying. That's the difference between the two of them. And Kendrick can. I'm not saying like Lupe Fiasco is the master of what he does, but what he does is all he does. Whereas Kendrick, have you heard the song that Kendrick made with Tech Nine? Uh,
Fragile.
Fragile.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite
Yeah,
songs, techno all of time.
yeah. So that's proof that Kendrick can do it. He just doesn't because he knows how to make content.
That's a very interesting takes you make that you made that. I think you're not.
Yeah,
This is not. I never see that this angle, but I think you are right. I think that's why
yeah,
Drake surpassed him for album,
mm,
and Lupe Fiasco never
mm,
reached it on that level because
yeah,
the content, the conceptual. Kendrick is more conceptual. He know how to make
mm,
really authentic conceptual. Lupe Fiasco is a lyrical technician. Technician,
yeah.
wordplay, cohesive sense, but he can make an album. Lupe Fiasco can make a never can make an album like Butterfly. Never gonna be able to do that. Never, never.
Because apart from Kendrick being a very good musical rapper, he also gives his collaborators like Kendrick Lamar doesn't have beats. He makes
He
he has
making
instrumentals. It's
instrumentals.
only in the yeah. He gives space to the instrumentalists, to the composers, to the producers, to himself, to the singers, to the other rappers. Kendrick has songs with like Ab Soul and all the Black Hippies. You think he's concerned
For
about
me,
being the
for
best
for me,
rapper?
he's a great musician, Kendrick. When you
Yeah.
know how to control all these musician, all these tempo, all those type of things. But the thing I like about him, he never really make beats, make really instrumental. It's remind me G. Scott Run sometimes. If you listen to G. Scott Run, you have to listen. He was a spoken word guy. Some people say G. Scott Run was the first rapper, first rapper because he was singing, but always meant spoken word with jazz musician. You have to listen all his work with Brian Jackson. it's kind of very, very interesting. And sometimes To Pimp a Butterfly remind me the work of this got to run with Brad.
Peace go with your brother.
Live good, smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good, live.
And Jackson. That's why I'm very, very, very. That's the thing he had.
Yeah.
He had more for between him and Lupe. Yeah, Lupe is a technician. If you bar 4 bars, never gonna out rap that dude. Bar 4 bars, you can out rap that dude. No
No.
way. No way. No way. No way. When I say this is gonna be bar 4 bars, let him. But now I have. What's the angle Kendrick can have to Lupe? Jealousy?
I don't know. I I don't know too much about Lupe, but Kendrick can talk about how Lupe's obsession with radicalism is affecting his mental health.
I think he's really, 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 really. But the way he team up with Drake is kind of lame. If he does it on its own,
Yeah.
if he does, let you talk.
If he does that, then Kendrick can go, oh, you claim that you're comfortable where you're at, not being on top anymore, but being with Drake and coming at me is proof that you still have resentment towards the industry and myself. Or he could go, you stoop down to low levels just to get some clout back, or like to show people that you can do what you can do rather than letting your talent speak for itself.
I think he can I think he can also take the line of Lupe Fiasco in Super. Famous song of Lupe Fiasco in the album in his album The Cool Superstar. He said, if you are a superstar, if you are, then you're a superstar. You can take that line also,
Yeah.
and use that against him, because right now that's you either die like a hero or you live enough to see yourself become a villain. That speech is very true, because it's literally the way I see Lupe Fiasco right now. One of the greatest hip-hop hero of the modern era. Who make a collaboration with that.
Between Lupe Fiasco and Kendrick is that Kendrick is probably as radical as Lupe Fiasco, but he's also very strategic and also just very humble.
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco would have never linked up with Obama, but Kendrick Lamar did meet up with Obama. You think Kendrick likes Obama?
No,
not really.
not
But-
really, but he's humble to discuss.
Yeah, and he's like I was talking with not really a friend of mine, but someone I know. We were talking about like the indie labels here in Liverpool, and how like the newest one that opened, it started off really good, but like another friend of mine that works at the label tells me, no, don't sign. And another friend of mine said, well, just things that you could do, right? You like a very important skill that you need to have is to be able to take advantage of other people the way other people take advantage of you. And I think that's just what Kendrick does.
Kendrick does. He does that. He did that with Drake. He did that with it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Is it is big good at business? but he never compromised his value. He never compromised his value. He never compromised.
His value.
He never compromised his value. And right now, he proved you. He proved at all of you his strategy. He used his clout to be important in the industry. Right now, he's independent. Kendrick Lamar is an independent artist. People forget he's an independent artist right now. Independent.
IP, the ownership is by me.
The ownership is by.
IP ownership, the blueprint is by me.
Yes. He's the ownership of everything he does. The thing is, the industry hate that man. He hate that man because he was very, very, very strategic. I think they have two black artists the industry hate the most. Kendrick Lamar and Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah. Frank Ocean. There are two black artists.
Moi je connais.
I know. You're real good. I know you know. When you was thinking, Frank, they are the two black artists they hate the most because they are the two black artists who's been more smarter than the industry. The Frank Ocean
and J. Cole.
J. Cole,
because après Forest Hills Drive,
it's not hated. It's like it's not really hate. It's not hate like Frank Ocean and Kendrick. You can see the hate with Frank Ocean. The hate is there. The make fineness is labor.
There's a reason why there's no more photos of Jay-Z and J. Cole like this.
No, because
before J. Cole got dreads.
J. Cole and Jay-Z have.
It's because J. Cole.
They have a problem with Jay-Z right now because of one of his masters.
Hello?
I think J. Cole and Jay-Z have problem because of.
Yeah, but there's a very specific reason, and J. Cole talked about it on his podcast with Kevin Hart. It was when after Forest Hills Drive blew up, Rock Nation, wanted to renegotiate, get upgrade the contract before the contract ran out, which is something that they always do when an artist blows up, renegotiate. Oh, yeah, you can make this much more money, we can get this much more albums from you. But J. Cole refused and said, you know what? I think I like my deal the way it is. No one ever does that. Nobody ever does that.
That's why the deal.
They thought J. Cole was. They thought J. Cole was just some guy in the neighborhood that they could just show money to, and he'll take it.
And the funny story is the guy who's not who the industry think they're not really smart take the best deal for them, and the suburban Canadian who you think they are more smarter because he was more wealthy or to do take the worst contract in the history of music. This dude right now is a slave. Drake is a slave right now because
I don't know why Drake signed that contract. He has family members in the music industry.
This is the
he's had family members in the music
industry you ever seen in your life. Oh my God! Because he saw the money, he never saw the great perspective in it.
I refuse to believe Drake didn't read his contract. He didn't have a lawyer to read his contract.
We underestimate the intelligence of that guy. This guy is dumb.
No. Oh no.
People use
Drake is 37 years old.
People use him. That's why you saw 50 Cent. 50 Cent is about the deal, his movie deal, I think. Is about with him. They have a kind of connection with movie deal. That's why you saw 50 Cent. 50 Cent doesn't care about the beef.
Yeah, but at, at the same time, I don't believe in 50 Cent enough, man. I
No,
just
50 Cent. I'm gonna say,
I know that.
I'm gonna say this about 50. 50 doesn't care about people things. He care about his money. If you are a guy who help him to make money, it's your friends. If you're not a guy who doesn't help you,
Yeah, but how is Drake helping you make money? Drake is literally bad for business right now.
bad for business, but they have a kind of relationship for movie deal. I think that's the movie deal, and I don't know really well about that, but they have a movie deal together. I don't know because
Ah bon?
Drake is a movie producer also for Euphoria. He's a movie producer also, and I think they have a kind of movie deal.
No. Series.
Series. That's the thing. That's why you
Ah,
that's why you saw 50 Cent. 50 Cent doesn't care. 50 Cent doesn't care about you are his beef. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He's all care about
well,
money.
until I see it,
But
until I
I'm
see
not
what
a,
his plan is,
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan with him because now you can see the industry is not with Kendrick. Now you can see the industry is really not about him with Kendrick. Kendrick is alone. Drake it seems like it's 21. But it's by myself. No. It's Kendrick is alone. Kendrick is alone. He's alone. But
Kendrick is a killer, bro. He wants to go against the industry. He starts on the top.
from the bottom or the top. From the bottom of the top. That's why he goes to the bottom to the top. Drake is not really the enemy. He's kind of told the boy will see the bottom for the top. Is for me, is the more powerful version of Tech Nine, because Tech Nine was like this in 2019.
Yeah.
Is the most powerful, and that's the influence of Tech Nine about him, the independence, because he was listening to Tech Nine, and I think Tech Nine gave him this asset about independence, contract. It grew up on him. The more he became more confident, it grew up on him. Because PG Lang for me is not really a label, but in the same time, it's like the same spirit, like Strange Music, to be independent, to not depend on the industry, to have the ownership of his music, to ask all those type of things. That's why Tech Nine, he never sell a great record, but is very wealthy for independent music. One of the most wealthy artists of hip hop.
Yeah.
He's very wealthy. He's independent. That's why Kendrick. No, Kendrick is so smart. He don't talk. He bet he's smart. He's smart as fuck. Damn. I underestimate the entity.
Si Drake
Vas-y.
Si Drake appelle Lupe Fiasco, Kendrick a le droit d'appeler Royce the 5'9". Parce que Royce the 5'9" has a score de settle.
Tous les coups sont permis là. Tous les coups sont permis. Hein. C'est ça, tous les coups sont permis. Puisque vous voulez maintenant inventer.
Tu connais, tu connais le petit beef entre Royce et Lupe?
J'ai fait une vidéo sur ça.
Ah, j'ai pas vu. Lupe lui a giflé.
Non. C'est ça. J'ai fait une vidéo sur ça à l'époque. J'ai fait une vidéo il y a 8 mois sur ça. La gifle là. Non. Et surtout que c'est parti sur un truc bête, quoi. C'est la gifle là. Merde. Le gars est parti mettre d'abord.
Ce n'était même pas permis. Ce n'était même pas permis.
Merde. D'abord, le gars l'a mis la photo de Steve Jobs d'abord. Pour lui faire comprendre quelle est la différence. L'autre, l'autre, il avait embrassé le silence. C'est quoi? Silence of Lambda? C'était ça? Ouais, c'était Silence of Lambda, je pense. J'avais regardé ça, Silence of Lambda. J'aurais dit, bon, Lost da Fifth Night. Mais le truc de Steve Fiasco, mais c'était destruction. C'était comme si tu prenais là. Tchac, tchac, tchac.
Ou bien, est-ce que ça serait pas mieux? Est-ce que ça serait pas mieux pour Kendrick d'appeler Tyler the Creator?
Non, non.
Parce que
Tyler the-
tous les enfants aiment Tyler the Creator.
Non, Tyler the Creator, il n'a pas ce niveau. Tyler the Creator contre Lupi Fiasco. Et en plus, Tyler the Creator s'entend bien avec Lupi, quoi. Il va pas être dans les bifs, là. T'avais pas vu au Coachella quand il était venu,
Ah.
au Coachella, quand Lupi Fiasco avait fait un truc au Coachella, il était venu à son concert. Tu crois que Tyler va venir là alors que Lupi Fiasco, il le voit comme son dieu aussi? Non, jamais. Il va jamais se mêler de bif là. Je ne sais pas qu'est-ce qui s'est passé avec Drake, mais il va jamais attaquer Lupi Fiasco. Jamais. Jamais. Kendrick, non.